When authors are ready to publish their research, they browse for a suitable journal, read its author guidelines, and later send it to the journal through a submission portal which is received by the editorial team. All correspondence between the authors and the editor takes place through emails or the submission portal. If the editors feel that the manuscript is within the scope of the journal but still needs some formatting, they send it back to the author advising resubmission. Once the initial editorial process is complete, the handling editor sends the manuscript to external reviewers who are experts in the field which the manuscript represents. These peer reviewers evaluate the scientific accuracy, methodologic rigor, and novelty of the study, based on which they convey the editors whether a manuscript must be revised, rejected, or accepted for publication. After evaluating the comments of the reviewers, the editors convey their final decision to the authors. If revisions are needed, then the authors resend their manuscript, which is again reviewed by the referees. The editor makes the final decision of accepting or rejecting the manuscript. If accepted, then based on the journal's policies, authors might be asked to pay an article processing fee or publishing charges. Once the transaction is made, the manuscript moves to the production stage. After formatting the manuscript as per the journal's requirement, the copy editors send the manuscript to the authors for final checks. This is called galley proofing. Once the authors approve, the manuscript is scheduled for publication in a future issue. Once it gets published, the authors earn a handsome amount of academic points and rejoice their efforts. Despite the editorial flow being structured, predatory publishers have found loopholes by which they can compromise the research, its integrity, ultimately getting involved in unethical and illegal publishing. These loopholes can be seen in various stages, which we shall discuss in this episode. The first loophole can be identified in author guidelines. Journals that do not have any guidelines for authors are outright predatory. Some might have the guidelines, but they are vague and instead raise more doubts for the authors. Some journals disregard the type of study and simply suggest to follow a sample article. A journal's submission portal speaks volumes of its authenticity. Various systems of manuscript submission exist. A submission portal capable of handling the entire editorial workflow through the author's registration in the journal or publication database is the approach followed by most legitimate journals. The least reliable method of journal submission or managing peer review is via emails. For a novice researcher, it is important to know what all points contribute towards a credible manuscript handling system. After submission, the manuscript must be assigned its unique ID. The portal should allow the correspondence between the author and the handling editor. Authors should also be able to trace the status of their manuscript. Every personal information provided by the author must remain confidential, and authors should be able to link the submitted manuscript with their research profile. Check out these articles from the same issue of a questionable journal. Note the received, revised, and accepted dates. You can appreciate that irrespective of the study design, there is a specific trend which is followed to force a peer review period of 3 months. This is only one of the many ways to identify a compromised peer review. A journal's publishing schedule gives clues about its consistency and seriousness. Check the archive section of a journal's website to observe the regularity of its publication frequency. Though not a definite predatory trait, it is always a concern if a single issue features over 20 manuscripts irrespective of publication consistency. This is because it represents a journal with compromised quality, definitely puts the peer review process in doubt, and shows strong signs of readiness. In the last few years, investigators have repeatedly emphasized on the rising research misconduct covering special issues. Special issues can be thought of as spin off issues of a journal. They center around a specific theme and are handled by external guest editors that are not a part of the main journal's editorial team. Thus, special issues can never have a broad scope, neither can they have an endless number of manuscripts published in the special issues for the same reasons that we discussed when we understood bulk publishing. Are these scribbled toilet papers? Are these supermarket bills? No, that's the content page of 4 special issues. Now you know. To identify a fishy special issue, make sure you check that the guest editor for the issue is not a part of the editorial board of the parent journal. This is because it questions every published manuscript in terms of conflicts of interest, self promotion, favoritism, and transparency. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, like and share with your friends. Leave us a feedback in the comment section and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned.